Well, it's a huge day for Gibraltar, and to reflect on what it means for local businesses, I'm here with a key member of the business community, the chairperson of the GFSB, Owen Smith. Owen, thank you so much for joining us. So first of all, what's your overall reaction? Is today a positive day for Gibraltar's businesses?
I mean, it's an extremely historic day for Gibraltar. And I think when we look at what is taking place today and we compare it to what the alternative might have been, it is a very positive day for Gibraltar business.
For business owners watching at home, what are the biggest practical changes they'll notice as this agreement comes into effect?
Well, obviously the biggest change is fluidity for people across the border, which is going to make a huge difference to workforces, to tourists visiting Gibraltar, and also the ability of people to come into Gibraltar and enjoy our food and beverage and retail sector. The reverse is also true, and that's where the challenge lies.
There's been quite a lot of discussion and at times confusion about what the treaty actually means. Do you think that businesses now have the clarity that they've been asking for?
I think there's a lot more information in the public domain that has been provided to businesses over the last few weeks and months. There's been lots of town halls, lots of Q&A sessions, and a real effort on part of the political and civil government to make sure businesses are armed with the information that they need. I do know that in some sectors there is still a feeling that there's information that they don't have and knowledge about how the systems are going to work that they don't yet have. So there's going to be a little bit of muddling through, I think, as well. And I think tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day down at the commercial frontier for some. I know we have some members who are very concerned about it. This is new for everybody. And I hope that we will be able to get through those challenges as smoothly as possible.
So what do you think still needs to happen before businesses can fully benefit from what's been agreed? Is it now largely about implementation?
Now we're going to be facing the practical realities of the treaty. It's been signed. It's now our treaty. The border will be gone tomorrow. That is absolutely momentous. And now I think we start to find out inevitably what's going to work, where the challenges are going to be, what the opportunities are. And it's beholden to everybody in the business and in government to make the most of the treaty, to exploit all the opportunities it brings. To do so strategically, I think, is the important part, and also to work together to overcome the challenges, which will probably be significant.
So looking ahead, where do you see the biggest opportunities for Gibraltar's economy and for small businesses under this new framework? What sectors do you think stand to gain or to lose the most?
I think the obvious winner is going to be our tourism sector, but I think also our services industry is going to benefit massively from this as well, because I think the proposition of coming to live and or work in Gibraltar is massively improved by improved fluidity. I think the challenge is obviously going to be for some sectors that might lose out to improve fluidity at the frontier. There are aspects which are going to assist local businesses as well. For the first time, if you go and shop in Spain, you're not going to get your EVA back as you cross back into the border, and that's going to be an important aspect for local businesses to consider in the positive sphere. But I think it's those businesses in tourism and services that are going to benefit immediately the most.
Is there anything that you'd like the government to prioritise over the coming weeks in relation to businesses?
Well, I think that there are two. The immediate priority for us is getting clarity on this business support measures that were announced last week by the Minister for Business. I think those measures have to come quickly. The impact of the treaty will begin to bite as from tomorrow. And there are businesses that are at the sharp end of the Brexit wedge, of this treaty wedge, who are literally paying a price, which is the transaction tax. Those businesses need support, certainly in the immediate future and in the medium term as well, I think.
Finally, what would your message be to business owners who may still be uncertain about what today's agreement means for them?
I think that we as an organisation, other business organisations, the government and many businesses have worked very hard to understand exactly what the treaty means. I don't think that, we're no longer in a position like as we were 12 months ago where there are lots of questions. The questions remain. There's a lot of information out there. and I think there's a lot of ways of accessing that information. So I think people now, and I think most of our members do understand what the theory is of how this will impact their business. And now we wait to see how much of that theory translates into practice.
Thank you, Owen. Plenty to catch up on and discuss over the coming weeks and months, I'm sure. That was Owen Smith of the GFSB talking to us about what the treaty means for businesses in Gibraltar. A big day for Gibraltar and a big day for businesses.
Thank you very much. Katy Docker reporting to us live from Main Street, speaking to GFSB Chair Owen Smith.